In the month of August 1944, as the war raged on, a bridge was built. Not by a military force, but rather by a man and a woman. With miles in between them and the world at odds, Bessie Moore and Chris Barker wrote each other more than 500 letters. These letters were what closed the gap between their love and ultimately led to their reunion and marriage. Chris wrote,
Dearest Elizabeth, what are you doing to me? What are we doing to each other? How did I not see you? Why was I blind? What can I do?
Chris and Bessie had worked at the post office together. Now they had been torn apart by war. However, they would not let war leave a gap between them. They were determined to close the gap by writing each other letters.
I want us to do most of the talking through the medium of our letters. I hope that you too will give me an abridged something, so that when we do wonderfully finally meet, we shall know more about each other than could be obtained by a contemporary or current correspondence.
Chris wrote to Bessie. What brought their love together was more than just physical attraction. It was more than a date or time spent together. It was the efforts they made to close the gap to get to know each other through their letters. This is the First Comes Love podcast.
I was just calling to say that I hope you're okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the First Comes Love podcast. My name is Eli, and I am so excited that you are here. And actually, I'm excited because we're starting a new season at the First Comes Love podcast named Bridges. And what we're trying to do with this season is close the gap between men and women. What do men want? What do women want? That is the question that we are trying to answer. And with that, I'm going to bring on guests to help us shine a light on what bridge could be built between men and women. So with that said, and if you're ready to join this journey, let us hop right in. Honestly, what I think is lacking the most in our generation is communication. You know, and not just that, it's our ability to communicate with each other. You ever notice how fast people go from the DMs right to I love you? And I think that's really cringe for somebody to do that, to go from I just met you to I love you. And I will admit that when I met Emily, I knew that I loved her. You know, I even went so far to tell my mom, I think I found my wife. I think I found the person that I'm going to get married to. But it took weeks and months of friendship and talking about life and getting to know each other in order for us to finally culminate in that I love you stage. And even years for us to close the gap in our relationship and finally get married. So with that said, I really think people need to get to know each other. And a lot of people rush the process. They're in such a hurry to get married. They're in such a hurry to get into a relationship that they don't stop to get to know the person that they're speaking to on a deeper level. So I think super important, we need to have communication. What is a big mistake that people make when getting into a relationship? Well, I think one of the greatest mistakes you can make is to assume a person's character by their appearance. Assume how a person is without actually getting to know them. Honestly, a lot of people don't take the time to get to know the person that they're with. You see, looks will only get you so far. Looks can only get you as far as their personality will permit. It will only get you as far as their character. And give a person time and they will show you who they are. I have a saying that once a person shows you who they are, believe them. And I feel like a lot of people don't believe them and they get into a lot of trouble. And you don't want to be in that place. You don't want to be in a place where you feel you made a mistake that you could have easily avoided by getting to know a person. It's unfortunate to be beautiful and have an ugly personality. It's unfortunate to be attractive and have an ugly character. But a lot of people get into relationships with people that are beautiful, that are attractive to them. And you see, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What's beautiful to me cannot be beautiful to you. What's beautiful to you might not be beautiful to me. But what will get us are our emotions, our euphoria of being in something that we think, man, I'm in the best relationship, but you don't know the person. I'm in the best relationship, but you don't know that the person is a monster on the inside. remembering that, I was remembering the Johnny Depp case with Amber Heard and how terrible their relationship was. Even though these two beautiful people were together, they were toxic for each other. And look at the scandal that they caused in their relationship. And I do think that stems from a place of not getting to know each other, from not getting to know somebody and saying, you know what, let me get to know you. And instead of rushing in to an I love you phase or I want to be with you for the rest of my life, stopping and saying, hey, do I know this person? Do I truly, truly know that person? And just like Chris and Bessie, what did they do? They wrote each other hundreds, 500, more than 500 letters they wrote to each other, expressing and getting to know each other, so much so that when they finally reunited, they were ready to get married. Why? Because they knew each other. They took the time to get to know each other. So if there's advice that I could give you, stop where you are right now. And if you're considering a relationship, say, you know what? I want to get to know this person. I want to get to know you completely. And if a person wants to rush into things, that should be a red flag for you. That should tell you, hey, this person does not care about the relationship. This person does not care about getting to know each other. And you're going to say, hey, do I really want to commit to a person like that? Do I really want to commit to a person that doesn't want to get to know me? So what is the greatest gap between men and women? And that's a great question. And I think the greatest gap between a man and a woman is the gap of their desires and their needs. You see, men don't take the time to understand what it is that a woman wants, and women don't take time to know what a man wants. It's incredible to me how many things women want from men that men are clueless about, and vice versa, how many things men want and women are clueless about that. It's my observation that men don't know what women want. And in fact, you ask a man, hey, what do women want? And they say, they don't know. I don't know. They don't even know what they want. Women don't know what they want. But I'm going to tell you something. Women know exactly what they want. You ever seen a little girl and she takes care of her little baby doll? She takes care of her little house and she does food and she makes, and you can ask any 8-year-old, 10-year-old, what is it that you want? And they'll tell you the exact car. They'll tell you the exact house and that they want it with a pool. And they already imagine all these things because women are wired differently than men. And that's what men don't get about women and women don't get about men. Men and women are wired differently, and women have an instinct for what they want and what they desire in life. And men don't take the time to figure this out. Men don't take the time to say, you know what she wants is this, and I'm able to provide that, or I'm not able to provide that, right? Because not everyone's going to be your match. But if you don't get to know the needs and the desires of the woman that you're pursuing, if you don't get to know the needs and the desires of the man that you're pursuing, you're always going to be chasing. You're always going to be following and never settling with anybody because you don't know the needs that they have. Now, men on the other side, women are wired from children to know. Men on the other side are very wild beings, and they figure it out along the way. You ask any man, what does he want to do with his life? Most men under 20 will tell you, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But there comes a time when a man finally understands and knows what he wants. He has his goals in mind. He has the career path he's chosen. He has the job that he wants to take. And he says, I know what I want. And when a man knows what he wants, that's what he's going to get, right? So women need to understand that men also know what they want, right? Men and women both know and what they want. Yes, they're wired differently. Yes, they think and process things differently, but men and women know what they want. And the gap in between is knowing what that desire, what that need, what that want is for the man or the woman. Now, I've met a lot of people that say, well, I don't know what I want, but I have a very easy test for you that you can ask yourself, right? And actually, if you look in the description, I've left a PDF there, a questionnaire that you can ask yourself of different questions about what you want in a man or a woman. What is your ideal man or woman? So if I asked you, what color eyes do you want her to have? What kind of hair color would you like him to have? Would you want him to be short or would you want him to be tall? What is it in their personality that you would like? Do you want them to be funny? Would you like them to be serious? Right? And if you ask these questions and you really sit down and think about it, you'll come up with a list of things that you want. You'll come up with a list of saying, you know what? I want this. I don't want that. I want to avoid a person that acts like this. Maybe you think about something that you don't like in one of your exes and you say, I definitely don't want them to be like this. I don't want them to be an angry person, right? So you take these things, you take these traits and you write them down and you say, you know what? I do know what I want. Most people have a list, right? Whether you admit it or not, we all can say, I have a list of what I want. I know what I want in a woman. I know if you're a woman, I know what I want in a man. But the reason men and women today are more single than ever is because they have not closed the gap between their wants and their desires. Men don't take the time to understand women, and women don't take the time to understand men. Men want to make women how they want them, and women want to mold men to how they want them, right? Nowadays, everybody's a boss. Everybody's a boss queen. Everybody's a boss king, right? And nobody wants to get to learn what the other person wants or desires. Nobody wants to get to learn what it is that a man or a woman that might be attracted to them could possibly want from them, right? And you need to take the time. You need to say, what is it that my partner wants from me? What is it that my ideal partner would want from me? Right? Because as much as you want to ask, as much as we want to ask for things, we have to be realistic and say there are things that are going to be required of me. And I want to make sure that I know those things so that I am not found unprepared when the right partner comes along. I heard this recently. I think it's so funny to me when women think that they can build a man how they want. What women don't realize is when you find a man that actually understands what you want and what you need, that man will provide it fully for you because he gets you. Now, have you heard guys say, well, women don't know what they want. Women are too indecisive. They do know what they want. However, women are special in the fact that they want to feel understood. They want to feel like somebody actually gets them. And men need to get this, that women just want to feel that you know what they need, that you know what they want. You see, they can live without the mansion. They can live without the nice car. They can live without the lavish lifestyle. And I'm not telling you that that's a bad thing. In fact, I encourage that you go after that. But what I am telling you is that a woman will choose a man that understands her needs, would choose a man that understands and gets her on an emotional basis, on a mental basis, before she chooses the mansion, before she chooses the Mercedes, before she chooses the lavish lifestyle. Why? Because women just need to be understood. They just need to feel like somebody gets them. They don't mind building or getting there together to that mansion, to that house, to that car, to that lavish lifestyle. But they want somebody that they can actually count on. They want somebody that says, hey, this person is my person and they're there for me. That's what women want. They want security. They want safety. And a man has to understand that and learn how to provide that for a woman. And they want someone that they can count on to get them. Now, men on the flip side don't need women to understand them or get them. And again, don't get me wrong. We appreciate it and we love it. But what a man needs, what a man desires most is to be supported on their journey, is to be respected in their journey. And a lot of women sometimes don't get that. Men just need you to support them. Men just need you to say, you can do it. You're almost there. That's a great idea, right? Yes, get to know him. Yes, get to understand him. But what men need to feel the most is that you support them 100%, that you trust them 100%. And women don't get this. Why? Because women are trying to build a man. They want a man that fits their specification, that fits what they want. But men don't work like this. What they need is support. And this stems from our need for respect. This stems from our need to feel that we are validated by the person that we are with, to feel that we are validated by our partner. Men need to be respected. Men need to be supported. You ever met someone that's always telling you what they think about this and that, and they're telling you how to fix this and how to fix that? You see, you can sit there thinking about a problem and you've thought it through and through, but then you tell a person, you tell maybe your partner, you say, hey, look, I have this plan. And they start poking holes in your plan. You see, that's the worst thing you can do to a man. Why? Because a man, a lot of the times, just needs your support, just needs to say, you know what? I trust you to do that. I don't know how you're going to do that, but I trust that you can do it. Why? At the end of the day, men want and desire to be respected. Men want and desire to feel support. So the question is, can you do that? Can you support your man? Can you respect your man's ideas? Can you respect his form of thought? And now, men, on the flip side, can you be emotionally there for them? Can you be emotionally present for them? Can you support them? Can you help them? Can you build a life that they'll feel secure and safe in? You see, the biggest gap that there is between men and women is what women want and what men want. Now, this might not be all the case for every single man and every single woman out there. And I understand that there's going to be people that might write, hey, well, I don't need that. Or, you're wrong about that. I can live without that. And that's fine. Everybody has their own needs and their own desires, but it's important that if we want to close the gap, if we want to close that gap between a man and a woman, it's important that we say, what is it that this man needs? What is it that this woman needs? And that's the way that we build a bridge between men and women. So again, there's a big gap, and the gap is a gap of ignorance. It's a gap of not knowing the other's need. And I've said it before, ignorance is not an excuse. You're not going to get nowhere by saying, well, I didn't know. I didn't know that's what they wanted. I didn't know that's what they needed. Hey, it's your job to find out. If you want to have a successful relationship, if you want to be married, if you want to be in a relationship where you feel loved, where you feel valued, get to know the need of the other person. How do we do that? By conversating, by talking, by communicating, by not rushing into things so quickly, by saying, you know what? I'm going to wait. I can wait. I can wait a little bit till I say I love you. I can wait a little bit before I get committed to something I don't even know I want to be in, right? So it's important for us to say, I want to build a bridge. I want to build a bridge of communication. I want to build a bridge of knowledge of the other person, of that man, of that woman. What is it that they want? What is it that they need? Not knowing or not taking the time to get to know is this generation's curse. And I think that we're the most connected, disconnected generation, but that needs to change. We need more real relationships. We need more people talking to each other. We need more people having the courage to say, I want to get to know you. I want to get to talk to you. I want to have a conversation with you. And I think that's the first step to closing the gap, to building a bridge between women and men. We can do it. I know we can do it. So how do we do it? And that's the question, right? How do we close this gap? And I think the only way to close this gap is to have conversations. And I know we've said this already, but don't rush the process. It's crazy to me how many guys go from 1 to 100 in like 60 seconds. You barely slide into the DM and you already love that person. That's the love of your life. My guy, please cool down, slow down. If she likes you, she's going to stick around, but don't scare her off by telling her you love her and you want to be with her for the rest of your life. Hey, you just met yesterday. You just DM'd her for the first time. Women do the same thing. You just DM'd him for the first time. Hold up, get to know him. Ask him, hey, how was your day? I can already imagine somebody sliding in and saying, hey, how are you? I love you. And it happens. I'm not crazy. It happens. I know it happens. I've seen it happen when a person rushes in too quickly, right? So slow down, communicate, have conversations. An important thing is don't confuse love with euphoria. I remember one of my first imaginary friends, and if you don't know what that is, go listen to the last episode. But one of my first imaginary friends told me, I'm afraid that we've fallen into a phase of euphoria and that this is not love. And look, that broke me. I was like, what? I thought we were in love. I thought we liked each other. And she said, no. I think this is just euphoria. I think we're just so happy in love that we're not realizing that we're not good for each other. She was right. I'm not with her anymore. But what I learned and I took from that is I never want to confuse the feeling of happiness and euphoria and joy for what love actually is. And love is not something that just comes. Love is something that is built. True love is built. True love is made by two individuals that say, hey, I know this person. I know this person on a deep level. And again, this is not something that happens overnight. This is not something that you can just wake up one day and say, I know this person. I finally know. No. You have to take the time and say, hey, how was your day? Hey, how are you feeling? What are you going through? And get to know that person on a deeper level. Many times we think that we feel one way because our emotions are telling us, right? And a Bible verse that I can remember now is the heart is deceitful above all things. And our heart is telling you, this is the one. But only time will tell if this is the one, right? And you'll realize that not everyone is the one. And you're going to have to get to know many people. You're going to have many friendships, many relationships where you get to know the person and say, I don't like that. I don't like this. I love that about that person. And you start making your list and your deductions of what you actually want and what you actually need in a partner. So how do we close this gap? And I think that's the question that we're trying to answer. And the answer is we allow time and communication to be the judge of our relationship. Again, we allow time and communication to be the judge of our relationship. You see, a lot of people say, I'm going to ask my friend, I'm going to ask somebody else, and what do they think about my relationship? But if you just let time and communication do its work in your life, you will find out very quickly or very soon if this person is right for you. They'll start doing things that you might not like, that you might say, I don't agree with this. I was taught better than this. Or maybe you say, I love that. Man, this person is amazing. And maybe it's a positive thing that time and communication has taken place because you realize this is the person that I love. So what do? Ask questions. Ask lots of questions. Why did you do that? Why do you think like that? What is it that you think about this? I remember my parents telling me when I was very young, hey, look at how they treat other people. How do they treat their friends? How do they treat the people that they are closest to? I remember my mother and my father telling me, how do they treat their parents? Do they treat their mother well? Does he treat his mother with a lot of love, with a lot of attention? Because the way he treats his mother and his sisters is the way that he'll treat you. How does she treat her father? Does she walk all over her father? Does she disrespect her father? Because if that's what he does to him, that is definitely what she'll do to you. So take time to ask the hard questions. Take time to realize, hey, is this person actually what they say they are? Because a lot of people will tell you, well, I love you. A lot of people will tell you, I think you're amazing. I value you so much. With their actions deny everything that they're saying. But it takes a person to say, you know what? I'm going to take time and I'm going to take communication with this person to realize if what they're saying is true, to realize if what they're saying is what benefits me in my life. Is it what I want in my life? In short words, stop being so desperate to tie the knot. Stop being so desperate to be in a relationship. Get to know people. And I feel like a lot of people are so desperate to be in a relationship. A lot of people are so eager to get married, to have the dream life, and they don't get to know the people that they're with. And they end up with somebody that they regret later. And they say, well, I could have taken more time to get to know this person, but I didn't. Don't live with that regret. Don't live with the regret of not taking the time to get to know someone. The way that we close the gap is by getting to know each other, by communicating, by finally saying, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to learn this person. I'm going to understand what they want, what they need. That is the way that we close the gap. To my guys out there, stop being creepy. And I know that sounds funny, but stop giving stalker vibes. Stop being that guy that goes from 1 to 105.6 seconds and says, hey, I love you. Stop being that guy. You're scaring the girls away. I saw a quote the other day by Jordan Peterson, and I believe and I'm going to probably butcher this, but he said, if you are having problems with women, and most women are rejecting you, maybe the problem isn't the women, maybe the problem is you. And I'm telling you, a lot of the times, the approach that men take to women is very inappropriate. And I know you have good intentions. I know you have the best intentions and you want to get to know somebody and you feel like you deserve this attention for whatever reason. But I'm telling you right now, you need to learn how to be smooth. You need to learn how to talk to a woman. You need to learn how to come in smoothly, introduce yourself, and not be so creepy. And I say that in the funniest way that I can, but stop giving off stalker vibes. And to the women out there, stop closing every single door on every single guy that comes your way. Right? Maybe not every guy is going to be for you. Maybe you're not going to like every single guy that DMs you. Maybe you say, well, this person doesn't have their life together. Maybe you say, well, I don't know if I want to be with this person because look, they don't even have a 6-figure income. Okay. Slow down. Slow down. I know that's what you want, but maybe you're closing the door on a potential guy that could maybe in the future give you that life that you want, but because you close the door on that person so quickly, you'll never find out. So to the women out there, I think it's very important that you give guys a chance. You'll never know. And look, there's nothing wrong with having a conversation. There's nothing wrong with having a warm conversation. Try to figure out, hey, what's this guy all about? And again, men too, have a warm conversation. And warm, I mean a very warm exchange. Hey, how are you? My name is Eli. Hey, how are you? My name is Emily. What's your favorite? Simple questions. What's your favorite color? Oh, that's awesome. I like that color too. Oh, my favorite color is red. And, and be smooth about it, but a lot of guys and a lot of women, right? We make the mistake of either coming in too fast or closing the door too soon. So I tell you, my guys, stop being creepy. Women, please give guys a chance. And there's a lot of good guys out there, but you'll never find out if you don't give them a chance. So let's close that gap. Let's build the bridge and let's build a better world together. I love the Chris and Bessie story that we shared earlier. They wrote so many letters to each other. They were just two lovers that gave themselves the opportunity to get to know each other through the letters that they wrote. Wouldn't it be awesome if we just took the time to get to know each other? Hey, look, we're not in war right now. Right? We're not in any kind of chaos or catastrophe. So why don't we take advantage of the time that we have? Look, we have phones, we have text message, we have phone calls, we even have FaceTime. We're living in the future where we can have the best relationships with people that we care about, with people we want to get to know. Let's take advantage of that and close the gap and communicate with each other. So that wraps up this conversation. I am so glad that you are here. Honestly, I'm so happy to be back. The holidays were crazy. The end of the year is always a crazy time, but we're coming in to 2024 with this new season of the First Comes Love podcast, Bridges. Let's build bridges together. So I'm so glad that you've taken the time to listen, whether you're on your way to work or you're watching on YouTube, wherever you're watching. I'm so glad that you took the time. If you got some value from this, I invite you to subscribe. I invite you to follow, to like, and most importantly, I invite you to share this with somebody. Maybe you know somebody that's having a hard time getting into a relationship. Maybe they're saying, man, I don't know what women want. I don't know what men want. Send them this video. Share it, like it, subscribe. So once again, this is your host, Eli Castaneda. As always, before everything else, first comes love. Have a great one, and until next time.
I was just calling to say